Hi everyone, and welcome back to Butterfly's Poison. So we just had some sexy fun times with Hideo. And I guess he took us home. Yeah. So let's get going. A few days later, Hideo departs. Yeah, he's going off to Siberia. Reiko doesn't go to see Hideo off. This girl makes decisions I would never make. She wants the moment they spent together at the inn to be the last memory that she has of him before his departure. From now on, it would be a test of endurance. Yeah. Yuriko pictures the long, restless days to come, and she's already feeling a little bit defeated. But she can't let herself be discouraged here. Because Hideo will be out there on the battlefield, living through every moment without knowing if he will live to see tomorrow. True, true. Compared to him, perhaps what she's leading now is a rather peaceful life. What she's sure of is that there is only one path she can tread upon, that is to wait for Hideo's return. Reiko repeats the words in her head before deciding to start doing what she can do for the day.
本当に良かったのかい、ゆり子。
Yes? What are you getting at, brother?
決まっているだろう。秀夫くんの見送りさ。
A few days have passed since Hideo left. Well, she made that decision already. Reiko fights the urge to sigh because what is she supposed to do now? Exactly, like that's past. Brother, please, it's been days. Even if I do regret not having seen him off, what can I do about it now?
だって僕は未だに不思議なんだよ。
We
お前
do.
と秀夫くんは付き合っていたんだろ？
I didn't want to see Hideo depart for war. This is the first time she's heard her brother admit he's been aware that she and Hideo are in love, but she isn't even surprised. There have been occasions that might have given their relationship away, that and the fact that Mizuhito is an expert when it comes to love affairs. It must not have taken him long to see through her poor and inexperienced attempts at keeping her relationship private. Besides, he told me that he would come back safely. I trust him, so I will wait for him.
そうかい。
Now, please keep Shiba away from us, and everything will be great. Mizuhito shakes his head, looking at her like a difficult puzzle in size.
しかしまさか秀夫くんがシベリアに行ってしまうとはな。
I remember Lady Kyoko and Shiba talking a little bit about the expedition.
あの人らは一般人とは視点が違う。ただ商売のことしか考えていないんだ。
Yeah.
そういえばどうする気なんだい？
I've been telling him
芝
no.
くんとのことは。
Reject him, of course. We've been rejecting him. Shiba hasn't been showing up lately, probably busy with work. He's planning to reject Shiba's marriage proposal the next time he visits, but he hasn't been stopping by. She doesn't like how calculated the timing seems to be. Leaving loose ends untied is one of the things that Yuriko hates the most. Has considered rejecting Shiba through a telephone call before, but it feels wrong to establish contact after a long while just to turn his proposal down. So she decided against it. You have refused to proceed with our grandmother's suggestion on my behalf, right, brother?
ああ、大層残念がっていたよ。せめて一度でも会ってから決めればいいのにと言っていた。
Nah, we're good. Right, as if meeting him once wouldn't make it even more difficult for me to reject him. Besides, I'm not even interested in marrying the guy. Agreeing to meet up with him would be insane.
そうだ
Yeah,
ね。
it's also kind of leading the guy on. It's a waste of his
お前は
time.
もう心を決めているんだね。
I have. Hideo is the only one for me. We get your blessing, brother? He's like, well, I mean, with the people that are around. Because Mizuhito is such a kind-hearted brother, it has never crossed Yuriko's mind once that he might be opposed to her relationship with Hideo. But Hideo has already gone to the battlefield. Many families will force their daughters to break off their engagements with soldiers who would depart to the battlefield. So it wouldn't be weird at all if Mizuhito turned out to be against her being with Hideo. The likelihood has only struck Yuriko now, and she waits for her brother's response with bated breath. He probably doesn't care. In this era, what the head of a household says is absolute. On the other hand, Yuriko can't picture herself being with someone other than Hideo. Even if her brother says no, she doesn't think she can obey him.
反対でもしようものなら駆け落ちでもしかねない顔をしているね。
Yeah, probably. Yuriko stares back at Mizuhito in silence for having been exposed, and he smiles wryly at her.
けれど正直お前と秀夫くんが恋人になるとは思っていなかったよ。秀夫くんはある時期から随分と態度が変わっていたし。
Well, I mean, I see where you're coming from. I used to think that Hideo was no longer the same person from my childhood. But brother, he hasn't changed at all. He was just chained down by a lot of things. She has no intention to explain Hideo's circumstances in detail to Mizuhito. She wants to keep the discord between their families a secret from her brother for as long as possible. Mizuhito and Hideo have never been the best of friends, and it wasn't that long ago that Hideo began to look down on Mizuhito and sever ties with him. The connection between them is anything but cordial. She can't tell her... Wait, see, because her brother's relationship with Hideo was bad, I was like, why did she never think that he would say no? Just because he doesn't like him? She can't tell her brother that Hideo went to the battlefield for her, but she does want her brother to know that Hideo loves her from the bottom of his heart.
まあ僕と秀夫くんはじっくり向き合う機会もなかったからね。帰ってきたら彼と酒でも飲みながらいろいろ話したいと思っているよ。
Does he drink? Brother, you know Hideo is a lightweight. That's what I was saying. I'm like, I don't think Hideo drinks.
ちょっと彼の酔った顔も見てみたいじゃないか。なかなか魅力的になると思うよ。
Stay away from my man, please. Her man, whatever. Sheesh. There's nothing attractive about drunk people. I concur. Just irritating.
何もう少し秀夫くんと仲良くなりたいだけさ。僕の弟になるというのならね。
Such a pain. Brother. Mizuhito flits his eyes across Yuriko's face, gazing at her with benevolent eyes. Joy hums warmly beneath her skin after knowing that the words mean she has gained her brother's approval. Why does her brother's gaze look forlorn and sorrowful at the same time? Is it just her imagination? It's because he has a thing for you.
今はとにかく彼の無事を祈ろう。何きっとすぐに帰ってくるさ。
I agree. Thank you, brother. Hideo has only been away for a few days, but she misses him already. Hideo, what are you doing now? Where are you now? In the ship, or on a train, or has he arrived in Siberia? Yuriko lets her thoughts wander to where Hideo is and prays. Prays that Hideo's resolve doesn't lead to a tragedy. Yeah. Just wait until World War II. It's gonna be... That'll be a nightmare. A few days later. Is Shiba back? Yuriko has finished her breakfast and is sitting absentmindedly in her chair when someone knocks on her door and brings her out of her daze.
姫様、よろしいでしょうか。
I just noticed that we haven't seen Sabro? Whatever, that one guy that kind of gave me the creeps a bit. Yes, come in. I wonder if he's more on another route.
失礼いたします。
Or his whole thing was cut because this is the edited and censored version. Fujita steps into the quiet room and hands Yuriko a white envelope. Yuriko's heart starts thumping at the sight. What is it?
尾崎
The
様
letter.
の若様からでございます。
The letter, obviously. Oh. Hands trembling with joy, she reaches out for the envelope. I see. Thank you, Fujita. Fujita bows, gives Yuriko a small smile, and turns on his heel. Once Fujita has left the room, Yuriko picks up a pair of scissors to open the envelope as she tries to suppress the hammering in her chest. She carefully unfolds the letter. Inside, she finds Hideo's impeccable handwriting there.
ユリコ、
Ah!
元気にしているか。
You're doing
俺
fine.
はまだシベリアに着いたばかりだ。残暑の厳しい日本と比べると、もうこちらは晩秋のような涼しさだ。特に夜はひどく冷える。
Yeah.
それにしてもシベリアは広い。狭くゴミゴミした日本とは
It's spacious because no one really lives there.
どこまでも続く荒野
So freaking
広
cool.
い空乾いた冷たい空気
Like an ice desert. Or whatever they're called.
俺は以前お前に一緒に大陸に行くかと誘ったことがあったな
Cold
大
and
和なでし
frigid?
こらしからぬお前にはこの広大な大地の方が
I would
似
find
合い
that
かもしれない
insulting. I'm like, I don't want to be in the ice.
余談だが軍の士気は著しく低い到着したばかりだが幹部の良くない噂をたびたび聞く一般兵士も帰りたいと嘆く者が多いこれは戦争目的が曖昧で直接日本に関係のない干渉戦争ゆえの事態だろうこのありさまでは早々に撤退ということもあり得るかもしれないところでうっかりお前と撮ったあの写真を忘れてきてしまった
Just noticed that you don't have your photo.
もしお前が持っているならばそれでいいよかったら
Aww.
お前の写っている他の写真を送ってもらえないだろうか
Yeah, the guys would soldiers would have pictures of their wives and girlfriends in their stuff,
いつも
their pockets.
お前のことを思っている
Aww. Hideo. Letter is short, but it reads just like something Hideo would write. Seems that Hideo initially wanted to take the photograph that they took together to the battlefield with him. Yeah, and you stole it from him. Had he already decided to go to war when they took the photo? It isn't unlikely. Well, no, he said that he made that decision that day. He's like, I finalized my decision. It isn't unlikely. Tears well up in her eyes, blurring the shape of Hideo's fine handwriting on the letter. How did Hideo feel when they took the photograph together that day? She can only imagine. I wonder if I have a nice photograph. If I have nice photographs to send him. Just take one. Go get it taken. Virgo circles her room in search of photos of her. She doesn't take photographs that often. She might have some older photographs of herself, but she will have to make do with them. Oh, I found some. Wouldn't you be in your parents' room more likely? Virgo spots a few photographs inside a thin book nestled among bigger books in the bookshelf. Photographs include those from when she was a child to the fairly recent ones. Most of them depict her with family, her father, mother, and brother. They look somewhat strained, and Yuriko isn't any better. She looks nervous in many of the photos. Well, there's one that isn't like the others. It's a photograph of her with her family and servants taken in the garden. This one was probably from about a year ago. It's a candid one in which everyone appears relaxed and natural. I will send him this photo. Oh, I've just gotten another photo done. It's then that she catches the sound of a car stopping outside the manor. Oh, it's either Shiba or Kyoko. Probably Shiba. The sound lights Yuriko's entire being with jitters, uprooting and replacing her yearning for Hideo. Is it Shiba? Shiba hasn't been visiting the manor lately. Has he finally decided that now would be the perfect time to come visit? If he is here, then she will need to spell it out for him. That she is already in a relationship with another man. He probably won't care.
姫様、たびたび申し訳ございません。
What's up? That's fine. What's wrong? Yuriko wipes the corners of her eyes to rid of the tears and straightens up at Fujita's voice.
それが、
No, we haven't figured out
その、
our parents' death, like, at
姫
all.
様に
We got
お
that
会いしたいと
sidetracked
おっ
with
し
the
ゃってい
military
る
guy.
方が
Noticing the unusual lit in Fujita's voice, Yuriko stills and eyes the door suspiciously. And it's not
い
Shiba?
え、存じ上げないご婦人です。
Huh. What's her name?
白田沢子様というお方です。
Yuriko lurches to her feet. Sawako Shirota. Oh, that was the lady engaged to Hideo. I was like, why does that name seem familiar? Why is she here? Because she knows about your relationship. Duh. Nerves and confusion crowd into her brain. Why on earth would Hideo's fiancé come here? She's not his fiancé. They never were engaged. He never accepted. There's only one possible explanation. She might have found out about Hideo's relationship with Yuriko. Everyone knows about your relationship with each other. She tucks the letter she has received from Hideo deep in her bosom, barely analyzing why she did it. Though it doesn't take long for her to realize that she simply wanted to use the letter as an amulet to protect her from this unexpected turn of events. Shiva probably told her. He knows everyone and everything. Yuriko draws her lips into a tight, tense line and opens the door to the parlor. Sitting quietly on the couch is a girl she's only meeting now, Sawako Shirota. Yeah, she looks like the type that would faint at a stuffed tiger. What up, girl? I can take you in a fight. Let's do this. Eyes fixed on Yuriko, who has entered the parlor. Sawako gasps a little and stands up from her seat. Her features are slender and delicate, skin bright like the finest of dolls, eyes like a doe, a small nose, and adorable little lips. This girl is like a carefully sculpted piece of art made to be small and beautiful. That haircut is not doing her any favors, though. The base color of her kimono is a calming iron blue, adorned with patterns of beautiful autumn plants like chrysanthemums and clovers. And her kimono sash is a classy gold color, and secured in her nightly tied updo is a chrysanthemum hair ornament. Everything about her is perfect, too perfect, in fact, that she seems surreal like an empty husk. Yeah, they really got the unnerving part a little bit on her. Yes, pleased to meet you. What up, Sawako? Yuriko and Sawako bow to each other. She rakes her eyes over Sawako's figure to study her appearance, but it's impossible to tell what the other girl is thinking through the stolid look on her face. She kind of looks dead inside. Like, from all the characters, she looks the most like dead inside. Her voice is just as stoic. It is quiet and steady, devoid of any sort of emotion. Oh god, that would be a nightmare to be married to. Hideo did tell her once that his fiancé is unreadable. This girl might be amused or seething right now, for all Yuriko knows. Please have a seat. She kind of freaks me out a bit. Yuriko prompts Sawako to take a seat, and she does. Yuriko herself moves to sit down across her. A moment later, Fujita comes in with tea and pastries and quietly moves to leave after serving the delicacies. Sawako doesn't even spare Fujita a glance. Doesn't even oogle at his appearance with poorly hidden curiosity like other guests tend to do. She keeps her eyes on Yuriko the entire time. Yeah, the other lady was like, so. You're attractive. It's as if she can't even see Fujita. Clearly, she's indifferent to things that don't lie at the center of her field of vision. Or she probably thinks he's below her because he's staff, so she's not even gonna pretend like he's there. Mm-hmm. Please don't apologize, I don't mind. Yes? Yes, it is. In passing, I guess. I have. You are his fiancé. He's not a fiancé! It was the girl that might possibly be his fiancé. Oh my gosh. She says, choosing to deliver the statement in the present tense. While she expected that their engagement had been broken off at Hideo's departure, it's possible that it wasn't. They're still engaged. Sawako doesn't immediately reply. Instead, she lowers her eyes. This girl is probably pissed. She's like gonna pull a knife on me or something. Air around them is oppressive, and Yuriko hastily opens her mouth to dispel it. I'm sorry, but I can't seem to guess what you would be here for, Sawako. Yeah, why are you here? My apologies, it's just that we have never met before, so I was wondering... Sawako lifts her dark brown eyes to look at Yuriko, but otherwise she remains silent, lost to her thoughts even. Eventually, she returns from her pondering and slowly shakes her head, and then, ever so slightly, the corners of her lips curve upward. Yuriko watches the movement and racks her brain to decipher the meaning. Is this girl smiling at her or perhaps sneering?
まずそのことをお話ししないといけませんでしたわね。
Yeah, why are you here in my home?
その前に私があなた様にお尋ねしたいことがございますの。お答えになってくださるかしら。
Okay. Sure, if it's within my knowledge. Yuriko didn't expect Sawako to respond to her question with a question of her own. She doesn't think she's ready. So Sawako opens her mouth slowly, but clearly make her question known.
あなた様にとって秀夫様の存在はどんなもの？
What's it to you? I'm gonna Steve. He is someone important, right? Childhood friend would be a terrible decision. Someone important. Hideo is an important person to me.
それは幼馴染として？
No, more than that. Of course that as well. The second Sawako's question was out of her mouth, Yuriko knew she had no intention to run or hide from it. Hideo is on the battlefield right now, caught in a war that could kill him. He's doing it all to achieve one goal, to be with Yuriko. So she can't run with her tail between her legs. She can't lie through her teeth about their relationship. That would be cowardly. She genuinely thinks so. Sawako, I'm not so stupid of a woman that I can't tell what you came here for or why you're asking me these questions. I want to be honest with you, so I'm going to be upfront about in how I feel. Okay.
ゆり子様。
She thinks she can spot something akin to sorrow rising in Sawako's eyes, and that's the first time the girl has revealed any sort of emotion since she stepped into the manor. Yuriko herself feels calm, strangely so. I love Hideo romantically, as the person, the man that he is. A long silence stretches between them. Sawako doesn't move, doesn't even bat an eye. Just keeps her eyes that look like glass orbs on Yuriko. What is this girl thinking? What will she do? Yeah, those are the dangerous types. Be careful of them. Although Yuriko can't get a read of the other girl's emotions, she knows she doesn't regret having revealed her relationship with Hideo. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Her relationship with Hideo is a pure one. I wouldn't say pure with how fast you guys progressed, but sure. Yuriko has lost both her father and mother. Now she's on the brink of losing the entire household. Life has not been nice to her, but Hideo is the only one she refuses to let go of. He is the only ray of light that she has miraculously found in the darkness. They might not have held a wedding ceremony, but they have exchanged their vows. They are husband and wife.
やっぱり
But not according to the law, I don't
あの
think.
方の愛したお方ね。
Okay. Sawako whispers. Reiko flits her eyes between Sawako's eyes and panics when she finds tears swimming there. Sawako?
いいの、分かっていましたのよ。
I
あ
don't do
のお
well
方の
crying.
心にすでにどなたかがいらっしゃるということは。
Sawako must have had her suspicions. And Yuriko finds it. Well, I mean, he ditched her to go hang out with you on the riverbank. And probably a lot of other things. Probably when he went to the zoo with you. And, you know, everyone talked. He got in a fight because of you. Went to the opera with you. Yuriko finds it surprising. She thought the girl with an impassible expression sitting in front of her wouldn't be interested in anything.
実は秀夫様がシベリアに出征なさるというお話をいただいた時から父は婚約解消することを望んでおりました。
Go for it, I guess.
けれど私が懇願してそれを止めていたんですわ。
Hideo's not gonna like that.
私
Sorry. It was supposed to be an arranged marriage, one done purely out of both families' interests, and yet, from the looks of it, Sawako seems to have genuinely fallen in love with Hideo. Or a girl he just asked her dad, hey, that dude's cute, I want to marry him. And yeah, dad went, okay. Reiko feels a sharp pain in her chest. She has snatched Hideo away from this girl. Yes, that was my plan the whole time.
あのお方が誰を好いているかということは
You
実は
probably talked about
私
this a lot,
知っ
honestly.
ておりましたの。
What?
だって秀夫様はいつもあなた様のお名前を出して笑っていらっしゃる。私との話では作り物の笑顔しかなさらないのに、
Yeah.
あなた様のお名前を出すと いつも
Hideo would talk about me? Of course he would. You were childhood friends. You've had a lot of memories together. That's why Sawako decided to come here. The manner of a total stranger who might or might not be her rival in love.
ですから
Not really a rival if I snatched him away that easily.
確かめるために
There
参
was
りま
no
したの。
competition.
もしも秀夫様をたぶらかすようなおかしな女性でしたら、私はあなた様を二度と秀夫様に近づけないつもりでしたわ。けれど、やはり私はあなた様には勝てない。あなた様のようなお方には私初めてお会いしました。
A faint smile spreads on Sawako's otherwise cold expression. Her smile is like a bud opening up fractionally on a spring day, and Yuriko finds her eyes drawn to it for a moment.
あなた様のまっすぐな目、嘘偽りのない声。私とて古い武家の娘です。誠の心を持った方に接すれば、そのよどみない清らかな人柄に惚れるというもの。秀夫様があなた様を恋したうのもわかります。
You look so enthusiastic. Sawako, sorry. It was a little jarring how Sawako is taking her revelation so well. Sorry, I'm struggling, I guess. I always struggle. And here she has braced herself mentally, prepared for the girl to lash out at her, calling her names or beat her up. But Sawako has taken Yuriko's confession at face value, believing her relationship with Hideo is indeed a romantic one. Here's the thing, with how he described her, this girl wouldn't be able to attack her even if she wanted to. She's way too delicate for that. It appears that this girl is not an air-headed young lady. She's a lady who is capable of thinking on her own and holding onto her opinions. She does have a backbone.
それでは私はおいとまさせていただきますわ。
Okay, bye. What? But you haven't even finished your
い
tea.
いえ、
Like,
急
I
にお
don't
尋
want
ね
to
した
stay
の
here
です
anymore.
もの。ご迷惑になりますわ。
Plus, there's no reason. Now I gotta deal with Sheba.
それにお聞きしたい答えは頂戴しましたから。
Why doesn't this girl marry Sheba and get him away from me? Sawako abruptly stands up and crosses the parlor without any sound. She walks with such austerity. I have no idea what whatever. In her steps that one prevents Yuriko from stopping her or calling out to her.
それでは
Austerity? I don't know what that
失礼
word
いた
is.
しますわね。
Sawako bows deeply and leaves with the same impassive face she came with. She'll go home and cry in her room. Stunned, Yuriko can only follow Sawako's retreating back with her eyes. She was like a storm. She came into the manor unannounced, talked briefly, and then just left like that. But Yuriko has a feeling she has passed whatever test Sawako put her through. What would have happened if she played the fool and omitted the truth about her relationship with Hideo? She probably would have yoinked him right back. I probably still would have forced the relationship. Still can't believe she has fallen for Hideo. What does the girl who looks like a living doll like about Hideo? What do you like about him? His outward appearance is certainly pleasing to the eye. His features are well proportioned and he looks dignified. Although his demeanor is a little cold, many ladies must be attracted to his sharp and refreshing cool looks. Hideo has a good physique, and when he's wearing his military uniform, he seems even more manly. I hate the color and the style of those military uniforms. However, the moment he opens his mouth, his words are either sarcastic, obstinate, or plain mean. At the same time, though, he has appearances here in mind. Deep inside, he's just a delicate, gentle, and innocent boy. Well, here's the thing. He's a man with a career. He doesn't go to the red light district and drink around and gamble and all that. So he's clean in that respect. And, yeah, and he's good looking. Those are the three things. Stability, not gonna cheat on you. And, yeah, so, and he's good looking. So, he kind of is the whole package. Regardless of, the military thing, because being married to a military person, as someone who has families in the military, I have family members who are in the military. It's a tough life for people, and it's not for everyone. So that's the only kickback with that job. But yeah, but I was like, yeah, his good looks, but like the other stuff, like he's everything that checks the boxes for a lot of things that women want, or some women want, I guess, or people want. Was Sawako able to see past Hideo's exterior and words and find his warm heart? Was she able to do it just like she has analyzed Yuriko's nature with just a few words? Honestly, you can analyze people by just watching them. You don't actually have to talk to them. You see how they interact with other people? Very useful skill. Observation skills. Although she is impressed by Sawako's excellent observation skills, see? She's also aware of the tiny flames of jealousy in her heart. It might be due to her pride. She was convinced that she, and only she, was able to discover Hideo's good points. Okay. Hideo, come home soon. Please come back to me and hold me tight. And get an actual wedding ceremony. She wants him to tell her that he's in love with her and her alone. Well, obviously, he went to freaking war battle for you. The emotion she's feeling is unmistakably jealousy. It is particularly uncharted territory to her, and she sighs at loss for what to do. Sawako, the mysterious fiancé, now has a face to her name. But she's also the fiancé he's running away from. Yuriko didn't expect meeting Sawako in person would ignite her jealousy, and she knows it's a bit late in the game for her to be holding on to this particular emotion. Yeah, I would say. Still, the fact remains that she is jealous, and it alerts her of the strength of her feelings for Hideo. Yuriko lifts her hand to take Hideo's letter out of her bosom. She runs her fingers over the paper, seeking reassurance. She closes her eyes and prays for his safe return. Aww. He'll be back safe and sound. Not sure what's gonna happen to him in World War II, but come back safe and sound. Several days later, Shiba finally stops by. He clearly hasn't learned his lesson, coming in with a bouquet of red roses and a gift box of who knows what.
Yeah, Ohi-san.
I feel really bad. I kind of like Shiba. I know he's... I like him. Nope, not at all. I was living perfectly quiet, and I actually just like the relationship. I like her being snarky to him and then just kind of like rolling with it. Nope, not at all. I was living perfectly quiet and comfortable days before you showed up. I love them. See, he likes her sense. This is what she gets if she tries to treat him coldly. But she behaves obediently around him. She can imagine him conveniently interpreting her submissiveness as her true intention. At the end of the day, the way she treats him hardly matters. This man isn't going to give up. Yuriko has sorely realized that today. Shiba, I need to talk to you. It's serious. Shiba lies on the couch with his legs outstretched. He's laying on my get your dirty feet off my couch, dude. What are you doing? She's hesitant about it at first, but she knows that putting it off won't do her any good. So Yuriko straightens up in her seat and clears her throat. I can't accept your marriage proposal. Okay. Don't you have anything else to say? She sucks in a sharp breath at Shiba's blunt guess about her relationship with Hideo. You have ears everywhere. You know, it's kind of creepy stalkerish, but I get it. Shiba lights up his cigarette and lazily swings it, tracing vague shapes in the air before looking at her with a meaningful smile. Oh, Shiba, I love you, but oh my gosh. No, I'm marrying him. Woe is me. How could I have forgotten? The only reason you're so eager to marry me is to get the name of my household. Dude, I don't want to marry you. Shiba snorts, narrowing his eyes that are still fixated on Yuriko. Oh my gosh. You don't have to worry about that. Hideo will come back safely.
まあそう急ぐこともないだろう。いつ帰ってくるのかもわからんだろうし。
I'm not gonna marry you Well, have I not made myself clear? I have no intention of marrying you. She bristles at Shiba's insufferable persistence and shouts. There must be a horde of women ready to throw themselves at you. Why can't you just leave me alone for crying out loud?
俺はあなたがいいんだ。他の女はいらない。
Ugh, okay. Gosh, why?
あなたが魅力的だからだ。その理由で十分だろ。
I just... Words fail Yuriko as she lapses into silence. In that instant, she can hear someone walking up to them quietly, and she turns around to look at the person.
その辺にしておあげなさいな、柴さん。
Save me!
おひいさんが困っているじゃないの。
Lady Kyoko, play Q! When did she get here? Yuriko couldn't sense her presence at all. The lady's abrupt entry nearly made her heart stop. Well, she's a military girl.
ごめんなさいね。
Maybe she was trained to be silent.
扉がちょっと開いたまんまにしてあったから、お邪魔させて
You
もらっ
just
たの。
walked into my house?
お話の最中だったから話し
Girl,
かけられなくて。
are you a spy? What the crap? Oh, Maya, I'm so sorry. I didn't notice you came in. That was unacceptably rude of me. It's unacceptably rude of her coming into your house without being allowed in.
夫人
No.
は尻から9つの尻尾が生えている。気配を消すことなんぞお手の物さ。
Yeah.
あなたは気づいていたくせに。ずいぶんな言い方ね。
Anyway, please sit down, Lady Kyoko. Yeah, please
ありがとう。
get Shiba away from me. Fujita comes in carrying a tray of tea for Kyoko resting on the surface. Dude, Fujita, you didn't tell me she was here? Come on, man. Fujita must have been the one who walked Kyoko to the parlor. Initially, Yuriko thought the lady must have decided to let herself into the manor. That's what I thought. But Fujita usually knocks on the door by way of a signal that they have a guest. So why didn't he do it today? Did the lady instruct him not to? That's likely given how mischievous the lady can be.
いきなり来てしまってごめんなさいね。しかも先客のいるときに。
I'm fine. No, please, don't worry about it.
あなたはいつも足しげくおひいさんのところに通っているのか。
Shiba, can you just, like, go away?
いいえ、あなたほどじゃなくってよ。
Okay?
ただ今日はちょっとだけ気になることがあったもんだから。
What is it? Yuriko shifts her eyes to look up at Kyoko. This unorthodox lady has a penchant for surprising people. Who knows what she's up her sleeve now? Yuriko finds herself holding her breath. Kyoko, who has sat down next to Shiba, doesn't miss the slight apprehensive look on her face as she offers her a placid smile.
先日こちらに沢子さんがいらしたよね。
Oh my gosh, you're both spies. Oh.
沢子？
白田公爵の令嬢よ。
Yeah, she did. What's up it?
ああ、なるほどな。
Okay, how
軍
many...
人殿の婚約者か。
He said he never fully agreed to the marriage, so it was just a prospect.
ええ、そ
The
う。
marriage prospect.
実はこの前、その姫様が勝手に車に乗ってどこかへ行ってしまったらしいの。
My headphones are bothering me, sorry.
幸いすぐに帰宅したから大事にはならなかったけれど、どこへ行っていたか、ガンとして口を割らないそうなのよ。
Did she walk here? She always has a driver take her everywhere.
白田夫人が心配して、私にそのことを話してくださったの。あの年頃のお嬢さんが急な行動を起こすといえば、
Okay.
きっと殿方の関係だわと直感したわ。
それであなたは彼女がここに来たんじゃないかと推理したわけだ。
ご明察。
I don't know. I didn't know Sawako came here without telling her parents. That shows how much Sawako must have been mulling over her engagement with Hideo. That girl is in love with Hideo. That's why she couldn't bear to have her parents break off her engagement. And then she must have been plagued by questions about Yuriko, Hideo's supposed childhood friend.
そのようね。
Who he was in love with, of course.
私もこのことは夫人には言わないでおくわ。 ちょっと厄
Yeah,
介で
please
すから
don't.
ね。
My household has had enough tragedy for once. I don't need a marquee coming after us.
まあそうだな。婚約解消に踏み切ろうとしているとはいえ、相手に恋人がいたとあっちゃ恥をかかされた
Yeah,
ことになる。
that's what I was thinking.
あなたと何を話したのか知らないけれど、沢子さん、帰ってきてから婚約解消するって唐突に言ったらしいわ。
She's like, there's no way I'm winning this guy over. Not against that childhood friend he likes that likes him back. She's a smart girl. Pick your battles and know when you lost. What?
なんだおひいさん、持ち前の強気でやり込めたか。
You know what? Shut up, Sheba. I did not. I really didn't. I didn't do anything of the sort. Rico isn't sure how to feel. I'd be super elated, like, sweet. It's not my fault. Soko seems to have acknowledged her and Hideo's love, as Hideo's lover, for real. She seems to have decided to cancel the engagement, which had sort of been left vague until that point. How very gallant and upright of her. Rico is so glad that she didn't have to face Sawako as a rival in love.
それはそうと。
I mean, it's not much of a rival if Hideo doesn't even
お
like her.
母様の持ち物の整理はすべて終わっていて。
Was I doing that? Huh? Oh no, not yet. She blinks. That question. She blinks. That question has come out of nowhere. What does the lady want? Although they're almost done tidying up her mother's room, there are still piles of her stuff left untouched in the storehouse. Why would you ask?
いえね、茂子さんは大変な読書家でもあったの。大半はご実家の方に残っていると思
Oh,
う
does
け
this
れ
have
ど、
something to do with the flower?
中でも貴重なものは
The
手
Kyoko
元に
flower
置
or
いていた
the
はずだと思うわ。
not Kyoko? Kikyo flower.
白田夫人も書物の収集を
Or
趣味
what
に
was
し
it
てら
called?
っ
The
しゃるのよ。
Chinese bellflower or something like that.
だからもしもまだこの家に残っているのなら、私が仲介して話をして差し上げようかと思ったの。茂子さんは珍しい洋書や古い文芸誌などもお持ちだっ
She's
たと思う
definitely
わ。
pointing into a direction about that.
そこらの古書店謎に売るよりもずっといい値がつくはずだわ。
I want to know why she
どう？
freaked
What
out about
he said.
the flower. Oh, indeed it is. Selling your mother's belongings to the Shirota family. Reiko's stomach lurches at the mere thought. Of course, from Lady Kyoko's point of view, she is only trying to help a household who is writhing in poverty. The lady's offer has come so unexpectedly that she does feel a strong resistance to agreeing right away. I'm grateful for the offer, but I'm afraid I will have to consult my brother and Fujito first.
ええ、もちろん。
I
お返
mean,
事は今すぐでなくともいいの
the
よ。
books are gonna stay
お
there.
母様の大切な遺品を売り払うことにも抵抗があるでしょうし。だからこそ、私は一番高い値で買い取ってくださる方を紹介したいの
I
よ。
don't know if I believe her.
そして、大切に保管してくださる方をね。
Certainly, it might be better to hand the books to a collector than to sell them off to some old bookstore. Reiko makes sure to tell the lady that she will search through the storehouse for her mother's books. Her conversation with Lady Kyoko and Shiba ends there without a definite conclusion whatsoever, and she sees them off. Like, Shiba, I'm not marrying you. Now, their visit ended with her trying and failing to turn down Shiba's marriage proposal is beyond her, and she's greatly peeved by the fact. Reiko knows, however, that she alone can't bring that man to give up on her. Very unlikely that the man will stop visiting the Nomiya family manor unless Hideo shows up. Reiko glances at the bouquet left for her by Shiba and heaves a long, suffering sigh. Chuck him in the trash or in the fire. That's what it's just chuck him. Be like, fine. The next day, a little past noon, Mizuhito comes home. He waltzes in as usual, looking like he's detached from the rest of the world. She has half a mind to suspect that one day her brother will stop coming home altogether. Reiko approaches him to discuss the matter from yesterday and consult him for what to do next.
なるほど。それで 白田夫人がお母様の蔵書を欲しいと言っているんだね。
I guess. Not exactly, no. Lady Kyoko simply told me that the Marquis's wife is a book collector and she might be interested in buying our mother's books. And Lady Kyoko might be the mediator.
ふん。まあ悪くないんじゃ
I
ない
mean,
か
yeah,
な。
they're just
うちに置いてあったって無用の長物なんだから。
You're right, but I think I want to try reading her itinerary magazines. I can't read the foreign books though.
それじゃあ
Literary, not
お前
itinerary.
が選ぶといいよ。
Literary
多分
magazines.
そんなに大した数はないだろ
I
うから
swear.
欲しいものだけ持っていけばいい。
Alright, I'll look for them. How about you, brother? Should I keep the books on poetry?
いや、いいよ。僕とお母様と趣味が合うと
Yeah,
は
he's
思え
like, she's
ない
not
しね
even really my mom. We have nothing in common. Why would I want anything? Okay, if you say so. She's aware that there is a long-time feud between her mother and her brother. And it saddens Yuriko that their feud seems to be continuing even when their mother is no longer around.
藤田、
What is he supposed to
Yuriko.
do? She wasn't nice to him.
はい、殿様。
I mean, he was an affair baby, but still, it's not his fault. Hito calls him and Fujita returns with a teapot in his
お
hands.
かわりはいかがでしょうか。
ああ、もらおう。ところで藤田、
Oh, so we're
最
not
近
even
蔵
doing
の
it.
整理はしたかな
Of course we're not doing it. We're making poor Fujita do it.
ええ、そうですね。
Were there books in there?
3日ほど前に。
3 days ago.
お母様のものにも手をつけたかい？
いいえ、
Oh,
それ
okay.
はまだ。
そうか。もうしばらく経つし、
What, has it been like a month
い
or
い機
two?
会だろう。じゃあ、明日にでもやろう。僕、
はい。
Sorry.
私もこれから少し出かけます。
I get
帰りは夜中を過ぎますので、
a
明
little
日始めま
too
しょう。
ahead of myself and I click on them. Next. Right, I'll see if I can get Majima to help.
私一人で十分です。姫様と殿様は確認だけしてくだされば。
Okay, I guess. Can't possibly handle everything alone. I'll help you. And I'm sure Majima will also lend you a hand if he has time.
しかし、
I'm going to ask him now. I'll be right back. Yuriko gets up and heads for the garden. It's okay. I haven't seen Majima in a while since we were screaming at Hideo in the garden. Majima is weeding. His figure is slightly hidden under the shade of a thicket. Yuriko looks around the area. She notices that this is the spot where she and Hideo had a fight before. She calls out to Majima. Majima, do you have a moment?
ああ、はい。何でしょう。
Majima wipes the dots of sweat off his forehead and beams at her. Majima is really working hard for the house even though they're barely paying his salary. She wants to help Majima to the best of her ability, which is why she needs to sell her mother's belongings to those who are willing to pay the highest price. Actually, we're gonna sort through the stuff in the storehouse tomorrow, and I was wondering if you could help us.
ええ、もちろんです。
Alright, let's do that. Thank you, we are thinking of organizing my mother's belongings.
奥方様の。
Yeah, we're gonna sell stuff. When she was alive, she would forbid anyone from touching her things, so even I don't know how many of the items in the storehouse belong to her. For the time being, we plan to get rid of her books.
売るということでしょうか。
Yes, apparently someone is interested in paying quite a sum of money for these books. And so we thought, why not use this opportunity to organize the rest of her belongings?
そうですか。わかりました。
Yeah, I mean, what else are we gonna do? Hold on to it a little bit? Majima readily agrees to her request and lapses into silence. A cool breeze passes through the garden, sweeping Majima's soft hair. The season is a stifling one with its lingering heat, but the wind is already carrying the cold of autumn with it.
姫様、
What? Majima pauses and weighs his words before
尾
continuing.
崎様の若様から何か音沙汰は。
I mean, he sent us a letter a couple days ago. Yes, he sent me a letter.
本当ですか。よかったじゃないですか。
Thank you, Majima. Yuriko nods, and Majima grins at her, looking genuinely happy for her. Aww, I hope he's not a crazy mean person. Watching the happy grin on his face, Yuriko feels her own lips curving into a smile. It dawns on her that Majima might have gotten a full view of her fight with Hideo the other day. Of course he did. He heard you guys screaming at each other and saw you run up and smack him. He must have guessed pretty much everything based on their fight. Thank you. I wrote back to him immediately. The letter should be there by now.
そうですね。戦地の若様には
Aw.
きっと何よりの贈り物です。
I need to apologize for having made you witness that disgraceful scene between us.
いえ、そんな。
I was like, that would probably be very funny. Hajima shakes his head.
姫様のために戦場に行った若様。すご
Aw.
い覚悟だったと思います。
Thanks, Majima. I like you too.
だから絶対ご無事で帰ってきますよ。若様は姫様のためならどんな奇跡だって起こせるはずです。
Majima. Rika feels the hot prickle of tears in her eyes at Majima's encouraging words. You're right, I believe so too. She needs to pray hard so that her feelings will reach the heavens, so that Hideo will come back alive. Riko refuses to cry and wills her tears not to spill out of her eyes. The photograph she sent to Hideo will give him strength, she knows it. Aww. Now if he can come back, that would be great. That night, Yuriko crawls into her bed and lies down. After a while, she feels herself drifting to sleep. However, her ears pick up some indistinct noises and she opens her eyes. Is it Fujita? Has he returned? Fujita did tell them that he'd be back late at night, so it's probably him making his way into the manor. But in the darkness of her bedroom, she can see a dim light flittering in from outside the window. Who's out there? What are they doing in the middle of the night? Oh no. Yurika gets up from the bed and walks to the window. She finds that the light is coming from somewhere behind the thickets in the direction of the storehouse. Someone lit the storehouse on fire, didn't they? Yuriko stills in her spot, the color draining from her face. We've just decided to organize my mother's belongings tomorrow. Who could be there now? Is it the soul of her mother? No, that's stupid. I was gonna say girl, come on. No, that's stupid, but if it's not a specter, then who could it be? A burglar? Because why would a spirit need a freaking candle to navigate? Yuriko hastily walks out of her room without putting on any top of her nightgown. Anything on top of her nightgown? I don't know. Your brother's not there. Brother. He's at the red light district being useless once again. She stands in front of Sohito's room and knocks on the door, but she isn't getting any answer. Brother, wake up. Brother. Yo. She raises her voice just a little bit, but she isn't getting any sort of response. Not even a clatter. One plausible explanation passes over her mind, and she slowly turns the doorknob, fearing for the answer. He's not there! The dude's... yeah, worthless. Worthless. I can't rely on you for anything. Behind the door, open door is, sure enough, no one. The room is empty. Oh, brother. Your brother must have slipped out in secret and most likely gone to the red light district again. To be absent at a time like that. He's absent for everything that you need him for. Like, he doesn't keep Shiba away. Like, he is the worst. This is the first time she finds herself truly thinking of her brother as a pathetic man. I've been thinking that for a while, girl. He's not doing anything to help the household. He's just blowing the money at the red light district. He can now do whatever he wants, but he's not. He's just... what should I do? Anyway. Fujita is still not back yet, and her brother has gone to who knows where. And yet she can't just sit still, not when someone is out there possibly stealing something precious from them. Should she call the police? But she doesn't want to make a big deal out of this. Yuriko isn't exactly fond of the idea of letting the police enter the manor. I'll stay closer and assess the situation. Girl, you gonna get us killed? It could be your brother, or Fujita, or Majima. Or Saburo. The dude that we have forgotten exists. The possibility is there, although she can't see why any of those men would visit the storehouse in the middle of the night. Unless your mother had something, and they... Yuriko glances around, alert of her surroundings, and silently walks towards the garden. When she's outside, she slowly approaches the storehouse. I was right, the light is coming from inside the storehouse. Faint light tells her that someone has lit up one of the lanterns in the storehouse. Well, they're not really hiding that well, then. The closer she gets to the storehouse, the faster her palpitations become. Cold sweat glides down her back and her joints feel rigid under her skin. After what seems to be an eternity, she finally gets to the storehouse. Fortunately, the door to the storehouse is slightly ajar. With the nervous hammering in her ears almost making her dizzy and her hands clenched into fists at her side, Yuriko peers into the storehouse. Who is it? Find Saburo there. I knew it! The guy she didn't even think of, Saburo. Although she is relieved that she won't have to deal with some burglars, she does wonder what Saburo is doing here. And she hasn't seen him in a long while, dude. Where has he been? The longer she watches him, however, the more she realizes that Saburo is acting strangely. Saburo seems to have opened every hamper in the storehouse, digging into each one in search of something. He keeps grabbing and tossing the colorful pieces of kimono from within the hampers. And those kimono belong to her mother, Shigeko. What does he think he's doing? How dare he touch my mother's kimono and with his filthy hands? Go get Majima, since Fujita's not there and your brother's worthless and not there either. All she sees is red. Please don't barge in. The dude's much bigger than you, and oh my gosh. Please don't. Please don't. Saburo, Should have gotten Majima. Should have turned around and gotten Majima. Girl, you just endangered yourself. You're in a storehouse alone with this man. And you don't have any training whatsoever to even protect yourself. Okay. Let's hope nothing really bad happens. Even if it does, they're gonna probably censor it, so... Saburo, what on earth are you doing here? Woo! Okay, calm down. She shouts at him, and Saburo whips around like an alert wild animal. An involuntary gasp leaves Yuriko's mouth when her eyes land on his features, partially illuminated by the lantern. Was his eye always like that? What's going on? His deathly pale face is much thinner now. His eyes are glistening with a maniacal glint. His lips are twisted into a horrifying sneer. And he's breathing in short pants like a beast. Is he on drugs? Beads of sweat roll down his face, and thick blood vessels jut out beneath the skin of his temple. Something is clearly wrong with him. Does he have rabies? What's going on? Yuriko might have raised her voice to scold him, but the abnormal look on Saburo's face now makes her think twice. She isn't sure he's in the right state of mind to comprehend a word she's saying. Oh. Hi. Okay, please don't hurt her. No. Saburo slowly gets up, his crooked and shaky fingers reaching for her. Ugh, our MC. Just the worst decision. Go get help. You don't do it yourself. Don't you dare come here. She knows she needs to run and fast, but fear has completely overtaken her. Yeah, either it's the fight or flight mode, and she is freezing up, which is not good. Let's see, but her fear has completely overtaken her, working into her system to pin her in place. His broad hands are now around Yuriko's arms, yanking at her to drag her into the dim storehouse. Just please. No. Oh, girl. I knew this was gonna happen. I really hope Hideo comes out of nowhere. Magically. The scent of a man disperses from Saburo's skin. Oh, the gross sweat smell? Disgust and fear roll over Yuriko, leaving every strand of hair on her body standing in their wake as she struggles to break free and fails. Saburo pushes her down onto the floor and cackles. Gross. What are you talking about? Saburo is onto something, but she can't get anything out of his crazed speech. To Yuriko's horror, he begins to convulse, puts his hands on her nightgown and tears it with his brute strength. Oh, girl. No, stop it. I said stop it. He's on something. Panting heavily, Saburo looms over her, his face nearing hers. I'm not on a bad end, so I don't think anything's gonna happen. Ugh, it's just gross though. Yuriko frantically turns away, but realizes her mistake when she feels something wet sucking at the bare skin of her neck like a leech. It's Saburo's tongue. Ew. No, help me, anyone help. Majima, brother Fujita. Majima, help me, Hideo. Is he gonna like teleport here magically? I would have like I'm not dealing with this by myself. I would have turned around, gotten Majima, and be like, hey bro, come help me. Because my brother's freaking loser isn't here to save help, and so I need you. She cries as loud as her lungs allow her, while in her heart she mutters the name of her dearest, who is too far to be of any help at that moment. Oh, for... Yeah. Did he just get shot? What? A gunshot... Okay, it was. A gunshot echoes in the storehouse, and Saburo rolls off of Yuriko. Overcome with surprise and unsure of what just happened, she goes tense. Hey! How'd you teleport here? It's a voice she's very familiar with. It's not possible. It's so improbable that she refuses to let herself entertain the idea. Ludicrous fantasy. I mean, I'm pretty sure Majima would have bashed him over the head with something. Saburo's pain groans yank her back to the problem at hand. She haphazardly covers herself by putting together the ripped front of her nightgown and gets up. Girl, he has seen everything. It's fine. When she turns around, her field of vision is filled with someone who shouldn't be here. Hey! Hi, sweetie. Hi, Hideo. Why did you run here? What's going on? Hideo is here. Gunpowder smoke is still rising from the gun in his hands as he keeps it pointed at Saburo while his eyes are glaring at him. For a moment, Yuriko thinks she must be dreaming because how can any of this be real? Military uniform, she's run her eyes over so many times before. The cold glasses and handsome features. It's Hideo, and there's no denying it. Hideo, why are you here? You're supposed to be in Siberia. You do know that can get you executed, right? For being a deserter? What? I'm not following. What? Wait, what? How? What? Hideo slowly takes off his jacket and puts it over Yuriko's shoulders. And then he moves to Saburo, who is still groaning from having his right arm shot, and ties his limbs with a rope. Yuriko is still having a hard time processing the situation. The warmth of Hideo's uniform gradually helps her to regain composure, and the trembling of her body finally subsides. Hideo, what are you talking about? My life is in danger? The photograph, what about it? Who? What? Was it Saburo? Once he's made sure Saburo is immobile, Hideo rolls him to the floor before walking toward Yuriko and wrapping his arm around her shoulders. The temperature is as tangible as any proof of his existence can be, and she's rejoicing in it finally. I feel like you're gonna get executed for leaving. I still can't believe you're here. You're here, aren't you, Hideo? Are we talking about Saburo? That man, you mean Saburo? Oh, crap. With his arm still looped around Yuriko's shoulders, Hideo leads her out of the storehouse. The second they're outside, someone is running towards them from the thickets. Hi, Majima. Majima stares wide-eyed at Yuriko, panic written over his features. Oh. It was Majima. Okay. When Majima makes the move to approach her, Hideo levels his gun at him. Yuriko can't believe her eyes. She gapes at Hideo. Her eyes dart to Majima and back to Hideo. Hideo, what are you doing?
俺が戻ってきたのはこいつが理由さ。
Majima?
無事お戻りになったんですね。でもそれは姫様のためでしょう。
黙れ。俺はお前に聞きたいことがある。
Okay, what's going on? Yuriko gnaws on her lips, staring at Hideo warily as if he's grown two heads. What has Majima done to deserve being at point blank range? It would be better if he's like 500 yards away. Sorry. A huge contrast in Majima's soft tone, Hideo's voice carries not a trace of amicability. Only eyes. Amicability? I can't say the word, whatever. But then it does make her wonder, how can Majima look so calm even though someone is pointing a gun at him? Hideo clearly has every intention to shoot him if he so much as makes a wrong move.
お前はたびたび上海に渡っているな。そして満州へも。
Does he?
Eh?
What? Majima tilts his head at Hideo's strange question. Yuriko's beginning to think that Hideo has badly misunderstood something. I would just sit there and be like, I'm just gonna let this play out. I don't know what's going on. Because I don't know what's going on. Hideo, Majima is a gardener here. Surely he can't travel abroad that often.
それが可能なのさ。まとまった休みさえ取れればな。お前はこいつを一年中ここで見ているのか？
Because what does a gardener do during the winter? Well, no, but it's certainly true that there have been times when she didn't see Majima around for an extended period of time. She didn't think much of his absence. She thought he simply went back to his hometown.
俺がそこ
Which
へ行
happens
った
to be
として
Shanghai.
何の意味があるっていうんですか。
Manchuria.
商売さ。庭師なんぞとは比べ物にならないほど莫大な金が動く。
What?
な。
Is he like what are they called? I should remember what they're called. Mafia? Chinese mafia? Hideo, what are you getting at?
さっき蔵でお前を襲ったあの男が何よりの証拠だ。
I mean, he seemed to be drugged out of his mind. Saburo is?
あいつは薬物中毒だ。
Ah, see?
おそらくそれのためにこの男に従っているんだ
I
ろう
knew
さ。
he was drugged out. It's probably opium. Addiction. Yuriko gulped. She's never thought she'd live to see the day when she'd hear those words being uttered in relation to her real, actual life. The second those words are out of Hideo's mouth, the look on Majima's face shifts. Oh, our sweetie's actually a douchebag. Ah, dang it. All right. The gentle smile that everyone has come to adore melts off his face like ice, giving way to perfect expressionlessness. That's a word. Yuriko watches the transformation and it chills her to the bone. Majima is gone. Who is this man sitting in this place?
どうして俺のことを知ったんです
Ooh, voice change.
こいつが送ってくれた写真の中にお前が写っていた。それを見せたら俺の同僚が大層驚いてな。以前満州で見た闇のアヘン王と呼ばれる男と瓜二つだと言っていた。
China, opium. Yeah. The opium king. What kind of the black market? What? Immediately after Yuriko tastes the nickname on her own tongue, Majima bursts out laughing.
ずいぶん壮大なあだ名ですね。冒険小説の読みすぎじゃないですか。
そんな途方もないあだ名をつけられるほどのことをやっているんだろうが。
Hideo clicks his tongue and throws a withering glare at Majima.
厄介な人間がこの屋敷に紛れ込んでいたもんだ。こいつは陸軍とも深く絡んでいるある意味大物だ。
Wait, does
ア
that
ヘン
mean
売買の重鎮さ。
does that mean he killed our parents and our but how would how does that connect to our parents though? I think we shouldn't be hasty, Hideo. There has to be a misunderstanding. Majima has been working here for years. He couldn't be involved in something so outrageous. Yes, he
俺だっ
can.
て信じられなかったさ。だがお前には黙っていたが、俺は最近この庭園周辺でごくたまにアヘンの匂いを
Yeah,
嗅
and
ぐこ
see
とがあっ
what that
た。
happened? See? Thanks for that. What? Yuriko cries in denial at the dreadful revelation. No way, that's impossible, girl.
ああ、あの時俺は水人君だと思っていた。
I thought it was your brother, that's why
あ
I
の
didn't
道
say
楽者
anything.
の若君なら不思議はないと思ってね。だから黙っていた。
Well,
だが同僚の話を聞いた時、 すぐにそのことと結びついたんだ。さっき分かったが、あの三郎とかいう男、あいつが撒き散らしていた匂いだったのさ。
Because a smart dealer doesn't dip into his own stash.
確かに陸軍関係者ならあれの匂いを知っていてもおかしくはないですね。
Majima stopped denying Hideo's accusations outright. Rika looks at the gardener in front of her with disbelieving eyes. Majima is really someone. Is Majima really someone as dangerous as Hideo said? Yes.
何を企んでいるのか知らんが、一連のこの家の悲劇は
But
お前
why?
の仕業だろう。
I just want to know why.
さあどうでしょ
Saburo is
男の仕業だよ。
currently drugged out of his mind, man.
お前の差し金だろ
I mean,
そんな証拠がどこにあるというんですか。
Majima answers in a bored tone without even batting an eye.
それに万が一俺がそのアヘン売買の元締めだとしてですよ。
Ooh.
あなたはその男が陸軍にどれだけの資金提供をしているか知っているんでしょう。そしてあなたも陸軍の人間だ。それなのに俺に銃を向けている。殺そうとでも言うんですか。
殺せるさ。
Hideo answers without wavering.
ユリコを傷つけようとする奴は誰だって消してやる。
Was he trying to harm us? I don't know what's going. Well, I mean, stop. Hideo.
そうですか。
I don't know what's going on. Why did he do the things to my family? Why did he do it to our family? Why? Majima smiles. Something about the look on his face tells Yuriko that he's trying to hide something akin to hurt from showing, and her heart aches at the sight. Majima, who are you exactly?
なぜあの男に蔵を探らせた。
It has something to do with
何か探し
their
物か？
mom. Was she part of the gang too, or what's going
特
on?
に何もありませんよ。
What?
ただ
He wanted to lure us out? What was going
思
on?
い出が欲しかったんで。
What?
ね。
What? Memories? In that split second, Majima quickly draws something. Do you have a gun? That something is black and it glints in the night. It's a handgun. Oh, for crying out loud. Everyone got a gun now except for me. He has pointed the gun, not at Hideo, but straight at Yuriko. Why me?
動かないで
What
くださいね
did。we do?
あなたの大切な恋人が傷ついてしまい
What
ます
did we do? Shoot him anyway. I'm fine with that.
貴様。
Just shoot whoever shoots first.
あなたの考えは優秀ですよ、軍人殿。ただやはり少し甘い。おそらくあなたはまだ人を殺したことがないでしょう。
Hey, it's a mobster being a mobster. Go figure.
あなたには誰も殺せない。あなたには非常な空気がない。俺にはわかる。闇の泥の中を這いずってきた俺にはわかるんですよ。
I don't know. You push people to brink, you never know what they can do. Majima inches backwards and turns around, running toward the thickets and vanishing behind them.
待て。
Oh! Not a moment later, they hear a gunshot coming from the storehouse. Hideo and Yuriko exchange glances and dash toward the building. Of course, he freaking killed loose ends. They appear into the storehouse. The place now reeks of blood. Saburo lies on the floor, still bound, but no longer breathing.
やられた。口封じか。
Duh! I knew exactly what I was gonna do. Majima killed Saburo? Yeah, he's the loose end. You get rid of the loose ends.
ああ。あいつはできる人間だったようだな。
Well, duh. That's how he's the opium king. I can tell you that. She stands petrified in her spot. There's no sign of Majima. He must have run away. Someone in the neighborhood probably called the police once they heard the gunfire. Soon the surrounding turns into a chaotic mess. The world has just been turned upside down. Again. For the fourth time, I guess. In the span of a few hours, Yuriko isn't sure she knows exactly what is going on. I don't even know what's going on. All she knows is that the man she loves is actually here with her, and she grips tightly onto his arm to stay rooted in reality. Tell herself that no, she isn't dreaming. I mean, this is kind of more of a nightmare than a dream. Ah, it's the bird room again. Ugh. In the end, they never found Majima. Freaking slippery bastard. According to Hideo, Majima might have made a deal of some sort with someone in the place. Probably.
あの男の正体は軍部でもごく限られたものしか知らない。大陸の地下組織に深く根を下ろしたアヘン売買の大物だ。
Yeah, yeah.
しかしめったに顔を見せない
But what's
正
that
体
do with
不
my
明の人
family?
物
Our
として知られ
family.
ていたが、
Or-
普段庭師などに身を
Why
やつしていた
I
と
just
は
I don't get
非常識なほど意外な事実だったな。
me neither. I honestly still can't believe it. I have a I think a fly buzzing around my I don't know what it is. So it's just distracting me because this is big black mass that just like whizzes by my like peripherals and like what is buzzing around? Sorry, back to this. The Majima has been living two lives, each so different from the other. Yuriko's head hangs limp above her shoulders and she weakly shakes it. Aren't you glad you didn't go his route and end up who knows where? Probably in Shanghai. He probably kidnaps us. Sounds actually kind of fun. I like the crazies in these games. If Majima really were a criminal, why would he work in this house? For what purpose?
さあ
Yeah.
な。そんなことは俺にもわからん。
Why did he kill my parents? Because I'm assuming he did that. Hideo shrugs and takes a sip at his tea. It should be of his tea. I don't know.
どちらにしろ
These translations are kind of rough, man. I get kind of mixed up.
このまま雲隠れの可能性が高い。
There's the freaking fly again. All right. Adding there, but
ま、俺が思うに、お前の屋敷で働いていたのは、
it's
あ
gotta
の
have
男の
something
個
to
人
do
的
with
理
our
由だろうぞ。
mother because he didn't do anything until we said we were gonna go through her stuff.
まさかお前の家がアヘン売買の重要拠点とも思えんしな。
I still can't fathom this. Everything. It's such a baffling turn of events. So at Windsor wedding. She lets us a heavy sigh and thinks back on her memories with Majima. In each of her memories of him, she can only find a gentle young man who loves plants. Well, I mean, opium's a plant, so I mean, she's not wrong. Never once in her real life, has she thought Majima would be, well, another person, much less a criminal who belongs to an underground organization that trades opium. See, that's just how good he is. It's the persona, man. And we still haven't found out what Saburo was looking for in the storehouse. Maybe go through the freaking storehouse? Majima said he wanted memories. What do you mean? Words Majima left them with are full of mystery. Kyoko knew something. I bet you anything Kyoko knows what's going on. Because she mentioned going through the books. So there must be something. Hideo thinks Majima killed Saburo to silence him. Well, duh, that's a given. Does that mean Saburo knew something about Majima that they don't? Has Saburo been working under Majima's instruction during the time Majima spent serving the Nomiya family? Of course he was. There are just too many questions to answer. He was just a loose end. But if Hideo is right, that Majima will vanish and that Yuriko will probably never see him again. Majima, where are you now? What are you thinking about? I don't give a shit. Right now. Majima was a gentle guy. No, his persona was gentle. So when he pointed his gun at Yuriko, the shock left a deep wound in her heart. Well, I mean, he was the guy she had a crush on, originally. He wasn't acting. She knew from looking at Majima's eyes, those terrifyingly cold orbs, that he wouldn't hesitate to shoot her.
もうこの話はよそう。そんなこ
Yes,
とよ
our
り
wedding. Let's prep our wedding. Yes, wedding time. Having finished his cup of tea, Hideo takes in a deep breath and leans forward.
ようやく正式に認められたな。俺たちは。
Yay! I think it's too soon for us to be happy. There are still many people in your big family who are against our relationship, right?
そんなことは関係ない
The
さ。
main house is what matters.
俺
Don't
の
care
父
about the
と母
extended
が認
family.
めてくれたんだ。他の連中など構うもんか。
Exactly. They don't matter. They're not the main house. Ew. Hideo's promising words fill her heart with warmth. Ever since Hideo returned to Japan, Yuriko had been frequently visiting the Ozaki family. I'm surprised the dude didn't get court-martialed and executed for abandoning his post and turning and fleeing. Of course, she would visit Hideo as a way to thank him for having rescued them both from the predicament that was his engagement, but also because Hideo was trying to introduce Yuriko as his lover to his parents. I mean, they already knew her, so it's not like she's some random stranger. And they wanted him to marry her in the first place. It was just her mom being new. So they're probably like, yeah, we got the daughter-in-law we wanted in the first place. At long last, Hideo's parents accepted their relationship. Now, Yuriko visits the Ozaki family as Hideo's fiancé. Oh, that's so cute! To be honest, she didn't expect his family to accept her. After all, she's the daughter of a household who has experienced 3 suspicious deaths. Yeah. She has known Hideo's parents since she was a child. She knew they are serious, strict, logical, and sincere people. Just the logical part's probably what it is, because they're probably not superstitious. But she can't forget that the Ozaki family's pride had been hurt when her mother, Shigeko, ridiculed them in the past. She was sure his parents would be hesitant to let their son court her because it would be like going back to the beginning when they had so painstakingly found another girl for their son to marry. Even now, Yuriko believes that Hideo's parents' tolerance toward virtually everything he does likely stems from the fact that their son has come back safe and sound from the battlefield. Freaking fly, go away! Okay. Hideo, their dearest son, has survived the war. He has come back to Japan without his engagement waiting for him. Perhaps that's why they saw no reason to go against Hideo's wish to marry the girl he loves. Plus, you were the one they wanted in the first place, originally. You're the OG fiancé they wanted for him. I'm really glad you were able to come back safely, Hideo.
お前のおかげだ。お前があの写真を送ってくれなければ、今頃俺はまだ戦場にいた。
I'm really curious what the other routes would be like for this situation. I'm still scared. You never know when you'll be ordered to go to war again, Hideo. Actually, he might be too old for by the time World War II rolls around. That's gonna be in like, what, 20... No, because that's when it ends, was in the 90s. I don't know. You might... I don't know. World War II is around the corner, so who knows? What? Yuriko stares at Hideo with wide eyes. I know you volunteered to be deployed last time, but Hideo, the military might call you again to join the next war.
俺は軍を辞める。
Oh, thank goodness. But they're gonna probably force you back in, because I don't know if they didn't... I don't know what they did with the military. You're what? Oh, he's gonna be a bird person, or whatever that was called. The bird studier? But why? When did you make that decision?
すでに俺は上の命令に背いて勝手に帰国した身だからな。今回の事件があるとはいえ、命令違反には変わりない。
I'm surprised they didn't execute you.
いい加減嫌気がさしていたんだ。俺はもともと陸軍にずっと落ち着いていられるような性分じゃない。
Like he's too hot-headed. We don't
これ
like
で縁
that.
が切れればせいせいする。
What? Grunts. What are you planning to do after you quit?
大学の動物学科に入る。
Birds!
鳥類の研究
Zoology!
に没頭したいんだ。
Hideo answers his tone, telling her that he's already had a clear view of his new path in his head.
今まで
Well,
にも軍
we
部の
have a
傍ら、
higher chance of
鳥
having
の
a
研究
happily
は
ever
続けてい
after.
たんだ。論文も毎年出し、
I had no idea. You're amazing, Hideo.
好きなことには疲れを忘れて没頭できるたちなんだ。俺が昔から鳥に夢中だったのは知っているだろ。
Really? I couldn't notice with the freaking taxidermy birds filling this room. Ugh, probably it's just... I do know, but still, I think you're amazing. Working for the military must be plenty exhausting as it is, and yet you managed to balance your research and military service. I'm just surprised. He's so good. He's so smart. I'm so proud of you, Hideo. Hideo becomes awfully talkative when it comes to birds. It's a trait he's possessed for a long time. For as long as she can remember. He's normally taciturn behavior changes completely when discussing about birds. When discussions about birds are involved. See, that's a lot of introverts. Once you find the thing that they're really interested in and they like, they won't shut up. They become extroverts all of a sudden. Back when they were little, she thought he was odd because she couldn't understand how someone could be so enthusiastic about birds. Now it's anime girls. But now she's just amazed he has been able to hold on to this particularly intriguing field of interest for such a long time. Yuriko glances around Hideo's room at the rows of bird mounts and books on avian research that surround them, and it dawns on her, perhaps embarrassingly late, that these are all proof of Hideo's unerring passion. That's what I'm saying, his birds freaking everywhere. You know, you seem to have the ability to make quick decisions, Hideo. You know what they should do? They should raise chickens and birds and stuff. It didn't take you very long to decide to go to Siberia, and now you decide you want to quit the military.
それがどこかおか
I
しい
mean,
のか
he might have been thinking about it for a while, to be perfectly honest. Well, not per se. Yuriko feels her lips curving into a soft smile at the clueless look Hideo's throwing at her way. He is sweet. I just think it's so you, Hideo. You're so cute! Maybe this part of Hideo's character will barely change in the years to come. Yuriko pictures a life together with Hideo as her husband, and really, she can only imagine them getting into one fight after another, much like when they were children. Maybe they'll remain childhood friends even after they have gotten married. Actually, marrying someone that you're really good friends with is actually really good. Just saying, those are... Yeah, she's sure that their days will be filled with endless bickering. A giggle slips from Yuriko's lips, and the corners of Hideo's eyes crinkle with mirth at the sound.
おかしなやつだ
Aww.
お前は本当によく笑うな
Stop killing me with sweetness. I'm making up for your lack of laughter, Hideo. We're perfect for each other, huh?
俺だって時々は笑うぞ
I said lack, not complete non-existence. Well, I think you should laugh more often. We bicker all the time, so if we don't laugh a lot, there will be no end to our fights. But, you know, a lot of angry sex would be fun. Just saying.
喧嘩ばかり
Yes, we...
まあそうだろうな
Of course we do. The corners of Hideo's lips curve in a sly smirk, his usual sarcastic smile.
それも悪くないなお前となら
Oh, I like you so much. Hideo slowly reaches out toward Yuriko, who is sitting across from him, and takes her hand in his. He places a reverent kiss on the back of her hand and nuzzles his cold cheek against it.
ようやく捕まえた俺のおてんばでよく笑う鳥
Aw. What a horrible way to put it.
これからは同じ鳥かごに入って一緒に暮らすんだ
I want to live in a cage.
最高だな
Aw. He whispers with a smile, and the pounding in her heart doesn't seem like it's going to quiet down anytime soon.
一生逃がしてやらないからな
Aw. Same here. I'm going to stay by your side forever. They gaze into each other's face, and together they chuckle as if on some invisible cue. I think that's supposed to be they gaze into each other's eyes, because face just sounds weird. And Hideo can finally be one. She's laughing with him now, and the time she spent worrying about his survival on the battlefield feels like an old dream. And you won't have to worry about that unless they force him into the military during World War II. Yuriko mentally thanks the... I think they forced every man to go to war during World War II. I think they drafted them all. Yuriko mentally thanks the world for having given her so many miracles, all of which have led her to Hideo, as she basks in his warmth and relishes the ultimate happiness. They won't be split up ever again, except for maybe World War II. Sorry, I'll shut up. She carves that feeling deeply into her heart. Aww. That's so sweet. Was that the end? Am I gonna get an after credits scene? I hope that's... I wouldn't mind if this one is a lot longer, because they're just so cute. Alright, I'm gonna cut this because I don't want to get copyright struck for the song. Elevator music, let's go. Ooh, final chapter. Like a bird. A few years later. Oh, I've had enough. Oh, we're fighting again. Yuriko's loud cry echoes in the jungle. Wait, why are we in the... Oh! Her hysterical screech makes Hideo, who has been preparing for bed in silence, jump and stare at her with round eyes.
なんだ一体どうした
I want to go home to Japan.
何言ってるんだここだって日本領だぞ
What are we on the Kyushu Islands? Where are we? Oh, don't you dare pull that card on me. This island is practically a foreign country. Most of the natives here hardly speak Japanese. Oh, it's gotta be the Kyushu Islands.
通訳がいるから平気だろう。ここは奥地だから教育が行き届いていないだけで、
Because the
街に出ればもっと
well, it might have been. I don't know. Japan had a lot of islands that they had. Because Kyushu Islands had, I don't know when, but they had their own language. And then, not very many people speak it anymore. That's not even the problem here. What I'm trying to say is that I want to go back to the
お
mainland.
前今さら
Or we might be in
そんなことを言っても、
Hokkaido. I don't know if they have.
定期船が来るのは
language there.
あと1ヶ月後だぞ。
Oh, no, just no. I'll swim back if I have to.
バカなこと言うな。わがままもいい加減にしろよ。
We're just arguing. Really? Well, your selfishness is to blame for my predicament. Hideo, you and your selfishness dragged me to this place. It's humid here. I'm not you. Mainland Japan is humid. All of Japan is humid. It's an island. I'm humid here. I'm not used to any of the food. There are snakes, spiders, all kinds of weird insects. You name it. Ugh, I've had enough. Gotta be Kyushu. Yuriko continues to rattle off, venting the anger she's been keeping bottled up inside until today. As a matter of fact, she and Hideo are currently on an island located far in the south of the mainland. It's gotta be the Kyushu Islands because they're south. The research team is comprised of 7 people, including Hideo and Yuriko. They've set up tents in the corner of a native settlement, studying the habits of local birds on the island in hopes of discovering new species. See, that I would hate. I hate camping. After graduating from college, Hideo did a lot of studies on birds and established his own avian research institute. Oh, geez, this dude's done a lot in a couple of years. In addition to daily research, he's also involved in the study of bird behavior in various places. Sometimes he even has to leave the mainland to discover new species, such as what he's doing now. If there's anything that differentiates Hideo from other researchers, is that his wife, Yuriko, always accompanies him wherever he goes. At first, the rest of the research team could only shake their heads and smile sympathetically whenever the couple would bicker. It didn't take them long to get used to the couple's arguments, though, because they fight all the time. Not that Yuriko tags along because she wants to, mind you. In fact, she always makes sure to refuse whenever Hideo wants her to go with him. However, his fervent aspirations always win in the end, and she ends up traipsing after him. But this trip, it has tested her sanity, and her patience is wearing very, very thin. The island doesn't have adequate facilities to help the people live comfortably. Frankly, Yuriko has gone way beyond her normal gauge of tolerance. I beg you, please find a new species soon, and let's go home early.
そんなにすぐに見つかるものでもない。頼むから少し我慢し
I
て
don't
くれよ。
blame her. They have volcanoes and scary things down there. Did you know that while you and the other researchers are out there working during the day, I'm cooped up here all the time? I can't speak with the natives, and there's nothing for me to do, Hideo.
なかなかうまくやっているようじゃないか。収穫も手伝っているようだし。そうそう。子供たちと木登り対決をしていると聞いて驚いたぞ。
Dude, I am miserable. That's because climbing trees is practically the only activity I can do. There really is nothing else that a dainty lady like me can enjoy on this island.
まあ、普通大和なでしこは木登りなんて
You
し
know
ない
what?
か
Shut your
な。
face, Hideo. Oh, you're such a cruel man. Oh, my poor baby. I wonder what he's doing right now.
週1なら心配いらんさ。俺の母も
Oh,
見
you
てい
might
る
have a
し。
kid?
何より藤田は子供の世話が実にうまいからな。
Dude, I would be like, I'm staying home with the kid. You're missing the point again. Why did I choose to leave my 2-year-old son behind and go to this island with my ridiculous husband? This is a nightmare.
まあそう言うなよ。2度目の新婚旅行とでも思えばいいさ。
No, this is a miserable honeymoon. I don't need a honeymoon like this. Shoulders sagged, Yuriko moves to sit down in the corner of the tent and hug her knees. Her beloved 2-year-old son must be crying right now, missing his mother. Why must she leave her baby boy to accompany her husband? In Hideo's mind, though, the question probably isn't even worth answering. They bicker all the time, there's nothing new about that, but Hideo is still as madly in love with Yuriko as ever. So abnormally in love, in fact, that he was willing to transfer the responsibility of raising their child from Yuriko to his own mother just so she could come with him.
機嫌を直せよ。
Ah, you're
Yuriko.
obsessive. I'm not sulking. It's fine. I get it. I know you have to be
俺
patient.
と一緒にいるのは苦痛か？
Oh. No, of course not. The sorrowful tinge in Hideo's voice quickly makes Yuriko backpedal. She scoots over to him and hugs him inside the narrow tent. That's not the problem at all. I'm sorry. Being with you makes me happy, Hideo. I'm not lying. I guess I am tired of this new lifestyle. Then again, I should have realized that everything here is new for you too. I'm sorry.
いや、
This dude's
当然のことだ。
guilt-tripping skills are amazing.
俺はお前と長く
You
離れ
are
ることが耐
slight
えられなくて
yanderiness, man. You're obsessive a little bit.
いつもお前を強引に連れてきてしまう。お前のいない生活は空気がないのと同じことなんだ。
Okay.
研究にも没頭できない。
You know what our girls should do?
お前に辛い思いをさせると分かっていても、
Um,
どうしようもないんだ。
our girl should she should find someone to teach her, like a teacher, the native language. Well, and that she could do that while he's gone. Of course, I know, I get it. Yuriko gently runs her fingers over Hideo's hair. He stares at his clear eyes beyond his glasses and huffs out an amused laugh. You're much more of a handful than a baby. Do you know that? Our son barely even cries at night, but look at his father. He's such a big, spoiled baby.
そうだ。俺は一瞬たりともお前と離れられない。どうしようもない男なんだ。
Apparently, yeah. You feel the air around them shifting, growing into a thick fog of desire. His eyes got really dark. Hugo's cheeks warm with anticipation of what's coming. You are in a tent. You need to be quiet. Hideo wraps his arms around her to pull her close and whispers in her ear.
今夜もいいか？
Oh my gosh, dude. I would say no, tense or uncomfortable. You don't even need to ask. Hideo fixes his gaze on Yuriko and takes off his glasses. Dude just goes straight in now. And we get the black screen CG. To get rid of the sexy type one. Puts out the lantern and they embrace each other, entwining their limbs in the darkness. Their lips are occupied with fiery kisses, their tongues in a passionate dance. They make love every night, and Yuriko does find it a little strange. They have a child, they're certainly not a newly married couple, and they seem to have become so used to being spouses. Hideo was once I'm surprised they only have one kid. Hideo was once a fastidious soldier. She wonders where all of his shyness from those days went. Aw, Hideo, you've changed a lot.
どうした？いきなり。
Nothing. It just occurred to me how much you've changed.
そうか？どんなところが？
You're so attractive. Everything.
全部か。それはすごいな。
Hideo chuckles. See, that's a perfect example of a few years ago. You wouldn't have laughed. You would have gotten angry at me.
そうだっけな。
Oh,
自分のことなのに思い出せん。
I love you for who you are today, Hideo, but I kind of miss the old you too. Aw.
おかしなやつだ。それを言ったら、お前はあまり変わらない。
Are you sure? I think I've changed quite a lot. I got married, I gave birth to a child.
それなのにあまり変わらないところが、お前らしい。
Is that a compliment?
ああ、もちろんだ。
Aw.
俺は今のお前が好きなんだからな。もっとも、どんな風に変わってしまったとしても、愛せる自信はあるつもりだが。
Sheesh. You're smooth, Hideo. Hideo looks like he can barely contain his love for Yuriko and showers her face with kisses. He snuggles up to her bosom like an infant, indeed, bringing a smile to her face. You're just like a child.
男は永遠に子供だからな。
No, they really don't. Very funny. Oh, I wonder what our son is doing right now.
帰れば会えるさ。今は目の前の俺のことだけを考えろ。
Okay. Childish and selfish, aren't you?
俺はお前にとっての一番でありたいだけだ。お前がよそ見をするのなら、俺とお前以外はいない。ここよりももっと遠くへ連れて行ってしまうからな。
Wait a minute. I think I've heard that line before. Feels like she's heard something similar tumbling out of Hideo's mouth before. Going to a place that isn't here, somewhere far away. Oh, I remember now. Remember the evening of my birthday party, Hideo? You told me you'd help me escape. Hold me by the hand and take me somewhere.
お前よくそんなことを覚えてるな。
Well, it was a traumatic night, remember? She does feel like it was ages ago that he said those words to her. In reality, though, it's only been a few years since then. Well, look at us now. We're not here to escape from anything. We are somewhere far from the mainland.
願いが叶ったじゃないか。お前だって連れ出してほしいと言っていたんだからな。
I guess that is true. We did. I did back then. I did wish I could go somewhere else. But everything changed that night. She was trapped inside a manor, unable to get out of the premise of let alone leave for a faraway place. By some miracle, Hideo rushed to her rescue, and here she is now on an island far in the south of the mainland Japan. Recalling that they both went through the days they have spent on this island feel unreal, like a daydream. That scares Yuriko. Above the life she's leading now, the one that she has arrived at after a long and winding road, is just a dream. What if when she wakes up, she'll find herself in her old bedroom in the manor? That would be a nightmare. It would be horrible. What if those days of turns and twists are just fractions of a long dream? What if nothing has changed and she's still trapped inside her family's manor? What if when she wakes up, she finds blossoms of Chinese bellflowers around her? Hey, Hideo, I'm here, right?
ああ、も
Aw,
ちろんだ。
poor girl's been kind of traumatized. It's not all one big dream. I married you and we had a child and I'm here with you now, right, Hideo?
そうだ。夢なんかじゃない。
Hideo pulls Yuriko in for a tight embrace.
ちゃんと俺の体温を感じるだろう。
Aww. Yes, hug me tighter.
こうか。
Tighter, hold me close. Make me feel that this isn't a
ゆ
dream.
り子。
It's weird, huh? I got anxious all of a sudden.
バカだな。昔のことを話したら心まで戻ってしまったのか。だいたいこれが夢のような生活か。
He has a point. You're inside the tent, deep in the jungle, where the birds never cease to chirp and sing. We're in a place where once the sun goes down, the area will be engulfed in total darkness. No streetlights, no lamps. Nothing. And the most compelling evidence is the sweltering heat, humidity, and the strong stench of vegetation around them. Absolutely right. If I were dreaming, I would rather be in a dream where I could have a fancy lifestyle in a castle somewhere in Europe.
おいおい。
Trust me, you don't
こ
want
こだっ
that.
て優雅だろう。
Not
食べ
coming
物
up.
はその辺に嫌というほど果実も魚もあるし、景色は素晴らしいし、それに自由だ。
Yeah, I get it. We've got plants, animals, more plants, and then even more animals. I get it perfectly.
最高じゃないか。何より日本じゃ見られない鳥もたくさんいる。
Oh, you're such a nerd. Hideo, I think you could survive just fine as long as you have birds around you.
それは違う。
I guess.
お前がいなきゃダメだ。
We are his favorite bird. Hideo refutes the claim with his straight face.
俺はお前と
Aw.
いられればどこでも楽園だ。
Oh, I'm flattered.
言っただろう。お前は俺になくてはならないものだと。お前さえいてくれたら何もいらないよ。
You're such a flatterer. Oh, that was a jump. Stare into each other's eyes and smile before leaning forward to press their lips together. A gentle kiss that expresses their desire to cherish the other. Hideo hugs Yuriko close and whispers softly in her ear.
ここに来てから他愛もないことばかりだが、たくさんお前と話ができている気がする。そんなことも
Aww.
たまらなく嬉しいんだ。俺は。
The nights here are indeed long. Once the sun goes down, there's barely anything else that they can do other than sleeping since the land has no electricity. Life here is such a huge contrast to the hectic days in mainland Japan. Although not having much to do is boring, the little moments that they get to spend together here are indeed precious. Yuriko and Hideo take their time enjoying themselves inside the tent until the sun rises again. Hideo gradually becomes more relaxed, and he starts talking about various things. She loves spending these moments with him as much as he does. He's right, maybe this is paradise. Yuriko has never felt as close to Hideo as she does now, in the darkness and lukewarm air. She revels in his honest feelings, sweet lips, and their tender nights together. Aww, that was so sweet! That was good! Time flows slowly and comfortably between them. The breathing gradually evens out, allowing them to hear more of the rustle of the trees and noises made by little animals outside the tent. These things remind her even more strongly, now that the sun isn't out, that they are not in mainland Japan. Aww. You know, the new bird species that you've been looking for might be nocturnal. Virgo says out of the blue.
ああ、そうだな。夜の調査は難しいが、
Yeah.
夜行性の動物の観察は昼間ではでき
Like
な
an
い。
owl is nocturnal. If you were a bird, Hideo, would you be nocturnal?
なんだいきなり。
Well, you often compare me to a bird. What about you? You've never once likened yourself to one, Hideo.
そうだな。考えたこともなかった。
Hideo falls quiet, thinking and eventually groans.
確かに夜行性かもしれないな。俺は目が悪いから。もちろん夜行性の鳥類にも視覚を頼りにする種はあるが、大抵は目に頼らない発達の仕方をしている。まあ、夜行性という言葉には俺などよりも水人くんの方が似合うと思
Oh,
うが。
girl, he's a slothful bird. That's what he is. Tell me about it. It says, you said, though, Hideo, I do think that if my brother were a bird, he would be nocturnal. Yuriko's eyes crinkle fondly at the nostalgia of her brother, who is still in mainland Japan. Even after her marriage, Mitsuhito hasn't changed a thing about his lifestyle. And that won't bode well for the Nomiya household, even though they're financially out of the woods, now thanks to the assistance of the Ozaki family. Yeah, her brother's just gonna run that family into the ground. I'm so worried about him. I thought he'd finally be serious about life after I got
お
married.
前が結婚したからこそ
Yeah, he's
じゃない
upset.
のか。
What?
いや、
See, he
No, no,
knows. He knows. Well, he shouldn't have been doing it while she was around then. Hideo trails off and lapses into silence. Yuriko falls quiet too, straining her ears. And a bizarre sounding chirp breaks the silence. It's a high-pitched trill like a metallic clink. You hear that? Could it be the new bird species?
どうだろうな。そうかもしれない。
We're so close, yet so far. That's kind of frustrating, isn't it?
そういうものさ。本来、鳥と人間は住む場所が違う。空を飛べる翼を持つ鳥は信仰の対象にもなった。人間はずっと鳥に憧れていたんだ。だから今、俺は最高に幸せだよ。鳥を追いかけることを生りにして、ずっと焦がれてきた鳥も
Aw.
手に入れた。
Hideo, you really have changed a lot. You're like someone else compared to before we got married.
そうか？そんなに？
You have used to be colder, more expressionless, and sarcastic. Now you're so honest, Hideo. It's like how you used to be when we were kids.
じゃあ、変わったというよりも
Yeah,
元
probably.
に戻っただけじゃないか。
Yeah, you might be right. Memories of those days flood into her mind, of the time when she and Hideo were just childhood friends, no discord separating their families. Of the time when everyone in her family was alive and happy, those memories sadden Yuriko, albeit just a little bit. The Nomi and Ozaki families were once close, but somewhere along the way, her mother began to look down on the Ozaki family, and they, perhaps in return, tried to distance themselves from the Nomiya family. But how did it happen? Was it really caused only by their different backgrounds?
そういえば、昔お前の両親に誕生日におしどりの剥製をもらったことがあったな。
They did?
あ、俺が鳥が好きなのを知っていたから、ガラス箱に入った見事な品物だった。
Hideo looks up at the ceiling, reminiscing about the past, and chuckles.
それで、俺はお前の母親をギョッとさせたことがあったぞ。
How'd you scare her? What do you mean?
俺は純粋に鳥が好きだったんでな。そして、お前本人には言わなかったが、大人たちにはあまりお前への好意を隠していなかった。だから俺は、ゆり子ちゃんを剥製にして僕の部屋に飾っておきたい
Don't.
と言ったんだ。
That sounds like you're really gonna be a serial killer. What? She inches away from him, a cold shiver running down her spine. She wonders how her neurotic mother reacted to the proposition when it came from an innocent-looking child. It's a small, odd comment from a child, but what if that was enough to offend my mother? That's
俺
kind
は
of a
動物
scary
の解
comment.
剖図鑑なんかも持っていたから、それを読んでいた時に言ったもんで、お前の母親は
I
顔
would have
面
been
蒼
like,
白だったな。
you're gonna be super biased from now on with my child. I think anyone would have reacted like that. Hideo's idea must have led her mother to believe that Hideo was an abnormal child. Maybe that was when Shigeko swore to herself to never let this deranged child be her daughter's husband. I don't blame her. So when their families began talking about arranging a marriage between Yuriko and Hideo, the first emotion her mother felt then might have been fear. Still, bringing up the social status and background as an excuse to cover her fear sounds just like something Shigeko would do. Of course, she must have always thought of the Ozaki family as the inferior one. That's why she was able to rattle off terrible insults about them. But the true reason underlying those insults was probably Hideo's idea as a child. In other words, he was the reason their families drifted apart. You know, I think you might have been to blame for the fact that we had to take such a long road before we could get together, Hideo.
どういうことだ?
Because you freaking said you wanted to taxidermy us. Just something you did in the past. Forget it. Hideo's baffling confession about the idea he expressed as a child was strangely answered certain things in regards to the two families' bad blood that Yuriko wasn't quite clear about. In the end, it sure looks like Yuriko's life has been at the mercy of birds and Hideo. The two have worked together wonderfully well to lead her by the nose, starting from their childhood, their marriage, and now even after they had a child together. Then again, without his zealous passion towards birds, Hideo might still be in the army right now. She wasn't sure if she should be thankful that the birds exist or gripe about their existence instead. Hey, Hideo. And he's out. Hideo. Just let the poor man sleep. Yuriko looks down to see Hideo is already fast asleep against her bosom. Just when did he? Although Hideo is back to how he once was, his selfishness, that part of him that moves to the beat of his own drum, has never once changed. He was an unusual child who could come up with the craziest of ideas, like making a taxidermy mount of her. What is learned in the cradle is carried to the grave indeed. You're so selfish.
ユリコ。
Aww. He's so cute. I will, I'm here. He's okay. Aww. Yuriko gently runs her fingers through Hideo's hair while listening to his rhythmic beating. She truly feels happy, knows it too with every fiber of her being. In a sense, she must be bravely lovesick too, considering the fact that she always ends up following Hideo anyway, even to this remote location. The thoughts lit through her mind, lulling her to sleep bit by bit. For some reason, I just noticed my mouse not moving. The calming darkness of the foreign island engulfs the slumbering couple like a blanket. Before sleep claims her completely, she thinks she hears the bird that no one else has ever seen before chirping in the depths of the jungle. Aww, that was cute. Is that the end? Oh, okay, that is the end. Okay.
蝶の毒花の鎖
Oh, there he is.
対象
Okay.
艶子言い分
So we cleared his route. That was super sweet. I really liked this game. I liked his route. I wouldn't say it's perfect. I'm still upset. This is a censored version. Like I said, this is an adult game, but they made it just mature and they got rid of all the fun time CG. And they heavily censored it. I don't like censorship at all, but I understand why they do it because adult games aren't really very marketable. That's why with like Dramatical Murder and Slow Damage, you have to like buy it outside of Steam because they just have the censored versions. So I'm really hoping they localize the adult version. But this version is still really good and I really liked it. Next time I will do the other endings for him, so it's probably gonna be a shorter episode. I will do those as well. So anyway guys, thank you for joining me on this adventure. And if you guys have any games or routes you would like me to play, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!